One of those who will be affected by the changes to national insurance contributions is Christina Lister, a Norfolk-based marketing freelancer who works in the cultural sector. She's on the line now. Christina, good morning. How will these changes affect you?
Morning. Well, it's estimated, I think, that the average self-employed person will lose £240 a year as a result of the changes, which is a bit of a slap in the face, really, because as it is, the self-employed feel quite financially vulnerable, I think, without having the sort of safety net of having paid holiday, paid sick leave, potentially an employer that contributes to your pension, and so on. So as it's already quite risky being self-employed and certainly setting up as self-employed, I think there's a worry that people will not take that plunge anymore.
And also there is some data out that says that actually what self-employed people are making in comparison to what the perception is of what they're taking home is very different. So people shouldn't come to the conclusion that just because you're running a business that you're actually making a lot of money.
No, not at all. I mean, the self-employed people I know are some of the most dynamic, hardworking, entrepreneurial people. They contribute really positively to their sort of sectors and the economy. I mean, it's estimated that self-employed people contribute £119 billion to the UK economy last year, for example, but also just society generally and their communities. But you're right, it's not that everyone's sort of raking it in. And I think the big thing with the self-employed is the financial instability. There's sort of peaks and troughs. You don't have a regular monthly income the way the employees do. And also, it's not true to say that the self-employed have the same level of access to benefits as the employed. For example, there is a disparity between the maternity allowance that self-employed can access versus the maternity pay that employed people can access. So it's not really fair to bring the national insurance in line as it stands.
Do you accept that the self-employed have been paying a lot less than those on PAYE? And there are many people who say this really should be evened up.
I don't think it's a lot less. And like I say, at the moment, the self-employed can't access the same level of support and benefits that the employed can. And of course, there's one way, if you do want to level it out, there's, two ways of doing that. For a start, you can bring the benefits for the self-employed in line with the employed, or you can actually bring the employed costs down, taxes down to the level of the self-employed. You don't necessarily have to raise the taxes for the self-employed, which is what the Chancellor's done.
Yeah, with a squeeze at the moment, though, bringing tax down, so bringing tax into the Treasury going down on top of rising bills and the like of the NHS and pensions, that, of course, is not going to really work out in this equation, is it? Christina Lister, thank you for your time this morning. After 8 o'clock, we'll talk more about the budget and especially the effects it'll have on the self-employed. 7:27 special.